Eliza is writing on end this cold-blooded massacre on the plateau now. End this cold-blooded massacre on the plateau now. That is the column for from Muazu Eliza, who incidentally is the group managing director of Leadership Media Group. From Leadership, The Guardian is next. The Guardian captures the passage of the Ondo State governor this way, end of an era, sunset for Akeredolu, new dawn for Lucky Ayedatiwa. End of an era, sunset for Akeredolu, new dawn for Lucky Ayedatiwa. Civil society groups, lawyers mourn Akeredolu Naaba. Rivers elders write Tinubu Fubara on illegality of peace pact. Federal government assures justice for victims of plateau attacks. OK's immediate succor. FCCPC slams $110 million fine on BAD for violation. Zenith named best bank for digital solutions. Tinubu seeks council's monarch support for development. Plateau killings, Sultan charges government on proactive intelligence gathering. How Naira redesigned fuel subsidy removal orders affected poultry business in Southeast in 2023. The story continues on page 7 of The Guardian. For continuation of these headline stories, inside stories, and of course the editorial, log on to the website of The Guardian, www.guardian.ng. From The Guardian, we move to The Punch. The Punch has similar story. Ayedatiwa takes over. Tinubu governor say Akeredolu's death big loss. Ayedatiwa takes over. Tinubu governors say Akeredolu's death big loss. Ayedatiwa lists Akeredolu's achievements. Disease governors aides resign. Workers mourn. Akeredolu, a great fighter, say Tinubu governors orders. Ondo declares 3-day mourning. Beneath the headline story, and of course the pictures, accompanying pictures underneath it, we have Zamfara shot 11 markets where bandits sell stolen cattle. Police hunters kill 6 suspected kidnappers in Bauchi. Ex Speaker Naaba buried in Kano. President orders mourn. Plateau massacre, federal government vows justice. IG sends squad after killers. Federal government fines British American Tobacco $110 million. Drops criminal charges. Railway debt servicing exceeds revenue by 1,200%, according to reports. These are the headline stories on The Punch. For more, log on to the website of The Punch newspaper. From The Punch, Daily Sun is next, and there are many. Daily Sun's leading story says 2 high-profile deaths, new governor in one day. 2 high-profile deaths, new governor in one day. Talking about the former Speaker of House of Representatives, Gali Naaba, and the immediate governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu. Naaba, ex-House of Rep Speaker, dies at 65. Ailing Ondo Governor Akeredolu, 67, succumbs to prostate cancer. Tinubu, Buhari, Jonathan, Governors Kalu, PDP, Kan, NBA, Sans mourn, pay tribute to departed. Ayedatiwa sworn in as new Ondo Chief Executive, declares 3-day mourning. Of course, we have the picture of Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, former deputy governor, being sworn in as governor of Ondo State in Akure yesterday. The second leading story on the Sun says anger, pains continue as Plateau massacre victims narrate ordeal. Attackers preventing us from collecting our belongings, Boko's residents. Killings add to sad memories of Tundu Biri bombing, ACF. Victims will get justice, assures federal government. The story continues on page 5 and 28 of Daily Sun. Zenith Bank named best bank for digital solutions in Nigeria by Euro Money. Nigeria challenged but in good hands, President. Public debt stock hits 87.91 trillion naira in third quarter from 87.838 trillion naira in second quarter, says MBS. Igwe Orizu third day of glory. All eyes on Inewi as monarch celebrates 98th birthday, 60th year on the throne. Tinubu, Akpabio, Abbas, Gbajabiamila, all governors, Oni of Ife, orders to attend reception for Reps Deputy Speaker in Bende. Rivers elders Fubara disagree on peace agreement. These are the headline stories on Daily Sun today, Thursday, December 28, 2023. For more, log on to the website of Daily Sun. From Daily Sun, we move over to the last paper on our menu today, that is Vanguard. Vanguard has killings still on development on Plateau killings, and it says Plateau death toll hits 195, hundreds of houses razed. 148 in Bokos, 19 in Mangu, 27 in Bakinladi killed. 1,290 houses in Bokos, 1 in Mangu burnt. Bakinladi yet to be ascertained. PDP slams APC, federal government for emboldening terrorists. Condemns needless death of over 5,000 Nigerians since May. Sultan blows hot, starts government to end insecurity. Tinubu deeply shaken by killings in Plateau, Shettima. Approves immediate humanitarian support for victims. Will collaborate to end the cycle of violence. Mutuang, that is the governor of Plateau State. And beneath that headline story, we have Carnival Calabar Children's Parade. On the ongoing parade festival in Calabar. Beneath that headline story, we have sad day in Ondo, how Akeredolu died at 67. No peace, no democracy dividends. Ganduje tells Benue APC leaders. No peace, no democracy dividends. Ganduje tells Benue APC leaders. And in sports, AFCON 2023, Pesero squad ready, says Babayaro. Accuses NFF of indifference over fate of home-based players. Above the masthead of Vanguard, we have hope rises for federal government 27.5 trillion naira budget as oil price leaps to $81.11. Zenith Bank wins Best Bank for Digital Solution Award. Tinubu to local government monarchs, let's unite for national development. Tears as former Speaker Naba 65 dies, buried in Kano. These are the headline stories on Vanguard today, Thursday, December 28, 2023, and which also brings us to the end of this first segment of the show. My name is Unifor, but don't forget, second segment is about to take off with a guest, my Thursday guest, already in the house. Don't go away, just stay tuned. just joining in, the program is Inside Nigeria, your breakfast show on leadership television. My name is Winifred Ugbebo. Once again, and of course, I have my Thursday guest in the studio. He's a public affairs analyst and a political economist, Adib Polari Olabileko. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have
Thanks for
you
having me.
around.
Exactly.
How was the holiday?
Very brilliant. Thank God for that.
Thank you so much. Well, since yesterday, a lot has happened. Yesterday was December 27, 2023. Of course, we had the early hours of yesterday. We had the sad news of the former Speaker of House of Representatives, Gali Umar Naaba, and the Ondo State Governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, which event sadly occurred in January. It has been one death too many of too high profile personalities. Perhaps you want to share your thoughts on that.
Quite well. I think the major thing we just need to do is to send our condolences to the families of people that died, both Naaba and Governor, former Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. Just to condolence to their families and people from those states as well as people of Kano State, and we pray for their repose. I think that's the major thing can say at this point.
So what do you now expect from Ondo State? Because a lot happened. We saw, the lead up to the death of the governor, the part also between him and his deputy, because which necessitated the intervention of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, what do you expect from the new governor?
I think practically what we'll be expecting is a continuation of governance, government program, economic policies, and things that will affect the people generally. You know that the Ondo State needs development, and that development talks about infrastructural development, the road, infrastructure, water, electricity, and the rest of them. So the new governor should just, as the name implies, lucky. He should just try as much as possible to ensure that the Ondo State people are lucky under him, so that they can have dividends of development to spread across the 18 local governments in the state, and ensure that the people really feel the impact of government. Because for me, although I started appointing media aides, I want him to just...
The media aides, not only apart from that, the governor's appointees have resigned.
Exactly.
Some reports. Now, I want to ask anyway, because we saw the build up of those states. What really transpired? What happened between him and the deputy? Not, transmitting power to the deputy. What transpired?
And this new one was before he was also appointed as a running mate for him. It was like the people. So what really happened was that people that recommend him were the same people that were fighting with him. That's what happened in government balance. If you are being the governor,
I think he was on the board of NDDC there.
Definitely. So people recommend him for that deputy governorship, and they see him as someone that maybe a soft target that will not be able to fight or kill his life. But they're not someone that is so silent, very quiet, but also very, very fighting his life.
And the late governor was also vocal then in asking then late president Yar'Adua to transmit power to. I think they went.
I think what really happened to him was that what really happened was at that point in time, I don't think such individual will have that courage to speak out. He's battling with his health. His mind is not on the government. His mind is on the fight. So people around him,
and the same thing with Suntai.
So we can immediately, when even ordinarily, if you have you won't bother about work. Personally, that's how I feel. Once I'm done, now I think that was what that was. Akeredolu was doing before the other people were now taking advantage of what really happened. But I hope that this new governor will take it on what he sure that will do governance.
Now it has at least a full year before election is done. Many of the people that development projects.
And
So
that
all of that.
definitely that was the solution is that power that so who wanted out. Except maybe the party feel that was based on it's also something that has to do with the station exercise. We also want to see from
Now talking about perpetuating his power, prior to this, he was not really interested in overseeing. He were now, how would you now? What kind of relationship do you have? Sorry, we have.
where I'm having a concern for him now is going to a point the element for the election in those states, he will definitely throw himself in the ring.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, talking about mourning, Nigeria as a whole has been thrown into mourning, especially from the death toll that rose from the killings on the plateau. According to Vanguard's report this morning, death toll hits 195, hundreds of while hundreds of houses raised. And we everybody's of the opinion that this is one death too many. What can be done? No, during the former president's tenure, people were calling for change in security apparatus, and of course under President Bola Tinubu, we actually have that. But crime has not abated, killings have not reduced. What can actually be done? What is the matter? And this is a state where you have a JTF parading the place.
I think what really happened was that area that this recent killing happened has been peaceful for a very long time. You must understand it has been peaceful, although it has its own backlash of problem earlier before this period. You can see, and the people that perpetrated that killing knew that this period in time it can be easily they are easy target, and that's why they did that. If you see the area that is on boiling point in Plateau State, that's why we have that area filled up with JTF and even commandant of army security network. They are there, but this other aspect of the state that
but for this death toll to hit, the killings to stop, is it that what happens, are they not privy to it? How would I say that they call them that look at what is happening, killings are calling? Is it that they don't, before they mobilize there, the attackers would have done their work?
Definitely,
I really don't understand. What can be done if a situation whereby a state that a JTF is present in and they still cannot curb these incidents of killings? Then what hope for the criminal? Like for instance, yesterday I saw a report that police lament. I was like, what? In a report, police lament. If police is lamenting, then what do they have expect the hapless Nigerian to do?
The issue is this particular recent death issue or attack happened in a place that was recently peaceful. Now the distraction is now in the other side of the state that is already on fire. You get it? The Bauchi side of the state or the northern part of the state. Where this one happened is more like the closer to the central part of the state, and it has been very peaceful. But it has its own challenges. Before I've been following Plateau crisis since 2007, 2008. This is where the crisis started from. When it started from the unit Jos, they moved down to this side of the Jos, and this was the area that there was this emergency stop was initiated. Then it became peaceful for a very long time. The peace has returned. Almost of the NGOs that are working in Plateau are working in this area, but recently it now became a hotbed for crisis, and that's why that you see
and
that
how
many people
come
are
that
complaining.
after these attacks the security apparatus cannot fish out the killers? That has always been the problem. And of course we had the past President Buhari, who was now like president of money, because most of the time after this cleansing issues, letter of condolences, money with the people. So what can actually be to bring these killers to book? Because I think that because when there's a breakdown of law and order is what gives right to this criminality.
It's true, you are very correct on this point, because all from 2007 that crisis in Plateau became something of national issue. Nobody has been sent to jail, nobody has been imprisoned. So the perpetrators escaped. And the way it happens, the guys that will do this, they are no more in the state. They have left the state. That is how they operate. They will hire them.
And why is that there's no intelligence gathering? Because the former President Buhari told us that they were not Nigerians, that they were coming from
even if they are Nigerians, how will you arrest people that have committed? They are not resident in that area. The people that will bring them to come and commit that crime will just bring them in as informant, show them the real area they are going to attack. After they have done what they want to do, they leave. And that's why they can't arrest them. Rather, they'll be going about picking innocent individuals. That's what they'll be doing. And you can also see that it's a reprisal attack. These ones are claiming that this set of villagers or the rest of them attack their villagers or send them out of their area. Because what really happens is that area we are talking about, you can't find elders operating in that area anymore. That's what really happened. And that's why many people are still trying to understand what really happened. Because that area we are talking about, in those 132 villages we are talking, elders don't operate there again. They have sent elders packing out of that place. So they only came back for the farm, the elders now, the people wearing cows. They send them out of that area. That's what happened. And so they're only coming back to attack the villagers. Now the other part of Plateau that is experiencing,
and just like as you pointed out, that they just come from somewhere and attack, then go. When they are attacking, or as they are going, or as they are coming, is there no intelligence gathering?
Definitely there will be intelligence gathering. And let us not put our mind that these people that are coming to attack the coup, they are coming in 100. No, they could just be 15, 20 people. You get it? They will just strategically place themselves. They will put themselves in a position that you can't even identify they are going for attack. It could just be one vehicle they will use, or they will use a motorcycle. It could just be one person. One gun loaner can kill 50 people with his rifle.
And just like in Benue too, that we also have same cleansing. Benue State its own is many people see it as ethnic cleansing, because in most of these villages where they sack the indigenes, you discover that Fulani herders have actually taken over these communities.
Definitely,
and change the name.
And when they change the name, the people come back to collect their land. And that one, Benue, is very, very tricky. Most times we see it as elders crisis. No, sometimes we need to look beyond. If you remember the militant group that started out in the what do you call it, the other part of Benue, the northern part of Benue, Benue, that the governor funded. If you remember the late militant that was killed by the military, we all know the tragedy of what really happened and transformed into what happened at the end of the day. And the other side of Benue, the southern part of Benue, where we have the Doma people, we also know what is happening within there. So it is not just elders attacking; it's also about land occupation and land takeover, whether by elders themselves or by the villagers themselves, because a lot of people who come from that area knew what is happening to them internally. And until we solve this problem,
it's mainly herders that are doing the ethnic cleansing, taking over these communities.
Sometimes it could be they could use that, because one thing, this particular insecurity have exposed us to several things. The kidnapping that are happening in the southeast, is it elders that are going there to do it? But we have discovered that it is a collaboration between the people insider and outsider. The same thing is happening in Benue State. That outsiders are now bringing people in to commit those crimes because of land, and it has been exposed. And but although we have seen little of it happening in this current governor, but the one that happened initially under former governor, we see how it exposed so many insecurity challenges in the state.
Now, what can be done? Because now we have a new government in place with new security chiefs, and the situation has not changed.
For me, first and foremost, we must not close our eyes to the issue that insiders are also participating in this insecurity. But we say, no, the people that appoint all these places to them are insiders, and because of issue of land, especially in rural area, it's a challenge. I've witnessed one in Nasarawa State whereby people were fighting because of land. Brothers and brothers are fighting. They went and hired boys to come and fight, and they used cutlass to chase everybody because of land. It has happened. So first and foremost, intelligence must not close up eyes on say there is no internal collaboration in this issue. You must understand. Like the one on Plateau, you must understand that there are internal collaboration about this issue. Then two, the intelligence we are talking about, intelligence is within that area. Whereby we gather in the intelligence, what do we make use of the intelligence? Now, it's not just the work of the federal government alone. What is the state government doing? When it came to power, what is the money that is collecting as security? What has it been doing? Over the 6 7 months that he has become a governor. So they should not push the blame to the federal government. Although we know why everybody pushing the blame to the federal government, because federal government control the military
Yes.
and the police.
Yes,
But how
charge
we
of security.
exactly how we the state governor can also take a clue from what other states are doing to prioritize security in their state. A lot of states are doing a lot. National state, for example, have collaborated so much with vigilante to the point that no locality that you will not find vigilante, and intelligence will be shared from the leaders of that community to security agencies, and they give feedback, and they do at least monthly security review. So what is happening to Plateau that we are not doing monthly security review? Even if they are doing it, what are the intelligence we are gathering? It's not by putting so many foot soldiers everywhere. Is people themselves can gather information for you, and that will help us a long way. Then the money. What are we spending the money on security for? Because it's not just giving people allowances. We need to also invest in technology. It will help us a lot. But the key message still remains that if they don't tolerate each other, this kind of menace will continue in our communities.
All right, thank you so much. Now, just another trending story that makes the cover of some two papers today. Federal government fines British American Tobacco $110 million, drops criminal charges. Same with the Guardian. FCCPC actually slams $110 million fine on British American Tobacco for violation. Is that a cheering news? Is that not a cheering news?
It has been expected for a very long time that this multinational transnational company, especially those ones that are operating within the fringes of laws that it is very difficult to implement. Because if they go to court now, who knows what the court will say about it?
No, they have already gone to court.
Definitely, they have gone to court. They can see if it has not gone to the Supreme Court yet, they can still go to court for appeal. And if they go to appeal, they may say, okay, the fine is much, we don't want to slash it down, and that will be. But what we need to also know, we need to understand the degree of what they committed, because so that we can learn from it and also be able to showcase it to other companies that are coming to operate. This is what this person did the other time, and this is what they did against them, so they can be guided.
Even to personally, I see it as a cheering news, because over the years, BAT has been able to live above, operate above the laws of even countries. You know, they are big spenders, they have money to pay. Remember how many times that Nigeria tried to enforce a tobacco law, especially legislate on it, and it always met with
because people are stakeholders.
Because they will go there
exactly.
and spend money around. At the end of the day, the law will not come into light.
You know, it's not a Nigerian thing; it's a global thing.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, they are the biggest taxpayer everywhere.
Yes,
they are the biggest.
Yes, that is one of the clauses put just to deter them, you know, and deter people from smoking.
But the thing is that for me, I've thoroughly critically looked at it. Even if we ban smoking, even if we say tobacco companies should not be operating anymore.
No, you cannot ban, just like what you said, they are biggest spender. Infringement on their own also human rights. But what they do is that to just deter smokers, at least from continuing, is to put these taxes in place, increase it for them. At the end of the day, they pass it on to the consumers.
Exactly.
But consumers, when you see that obviously it's too high, you can just
it does never reduce it. It continues to increase the smoking level and the smoking for people that take smoke. Serious, it increases because, and one thing we must understand about tobacco and the rest of their activities in the economy is oiling the economy. It generates employment. It generates productivity. But what people have suggested
But I read a report that was years ago when I was still in the field that even the farmers that they employ, not that they employ, the farmers that they pay, they buy these tobacco from. They pay them peanuts.
Because it's raw material. After you finish farming,
they pay them peanuts.
Not
just here in Nigeria, Kenya, across the world.
That's how it happens.
In African countries.
Anything raw material is peanuts. That's how the raw material is supposed to be the highest paid, like crude oil, but it still is cheapest. And the reason is because they will tell you that they're still going to turn it into finished goods, and that's what happens. But for me, what I've said the other platform is that, is there anything we can use that leaf to turn around? Is there anything we can turn the leaf to apart from just smoking it? And that will help us a long way. Can we turn it to medicinal stuff that can be using? Can we change the variety of the leaf into something that can be eatable, that can be good for the body apart from smoking it? If this can be done, then this multinational company that are producing tobacco and the rest of them can diversify their production and begin to produce something else apart from smoking. I think that should be what will be the call for every country to be agitating. Not just the tax, because most countries are interested in tax. And most international agencies are also interested in the money they are donating to them.
All right. Now, thank you so much. Now we go to leadership's leading story. 17 years after uncertainty trace conduct of national census. The past administration of President Muhammadu Buhari actually budgeted money for census to be taken during his administration, but unfortunately, he didn't see the light of the day. Howbeit, the DG of MPC did say that some part of the money that was actually released to him was used in some essentials. I think that was what he told Nigerians. Of course, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is interested in conducting census. So what are we going to have at the end of the day? But however, in this 2024 budget, there's no budget for census. That is what leadership is saying. The first rider, zero budget for exercise raises concern. But however, the cruise of today of this discussion is how reliable is the Nigerian census?
It's a data figure.
I remember the census that was conducted 17 years ago. I'm based in Abuja. I was not counted. There was never a time. So I'm beginning to wonder if I was not counted. Maybe so do many others. So how many people did they eventually count?
The thing is that
and I was right here in Abuja.
Sense of collection of data has gone beyond physical appearance.
But they used to go from house to house.
That is the manual we would know census. They are now using geospatial technology to count people.
Okay.
They are now using the statistical model of 2.5% of every 5 years to count. That's why the World Bank will tell you that population is now 2.15 million because they are using a 4% to 10% ratio of every year to calculate it. That they expect that okay, if its population is 10 today, in 5 days time, you calculate it by 2%, it will increase. So that's how it is done. Then in our own case, we are still waiting for that manual way of counting people. That's why we are going to be spending some of this money into census. And we must also let these people know that it is not just the federal government that is bringing money to count people in Nigeria. Other international donors are also contributing. But the essential that this man was talking about is majorly the money that are spent on vehicle, the money that are spent on printing, because what they have done so far that I've seen that MPs have done, they have been printing document upon document upon document everywhere. That's why document to do the registration of the people. If you go to the office, they don't even have space to keep all the documents anymore.
With what you are just saying now, we've done so many registrations as Nigerians in this country. We're talking about NIN, BVN, and whatnot. Why are they not be able to realign all these?
The features of this particular one, or the characteristics that follow population census is different from this one. Those one we're only looking at people of 18 years and above. This one will take beyond 80 years and above, and that's why it's really very rigorous. And again, we must also understand the peculiarity of this ethno-religious sentiment that we are bringing into
yes, because I remember the last census that was conducted 17 years ago. Of course, the census said that Kano State has more population than Lagos, which generated so many controversy during that period. And
I really like.
This is why I said, how reliable is Nigerian census?
There's no data that is reliable. Because for me as a researcher, there is no data there. Because if I conduct a census now, in the next 2-3 minutes, it will change. So if I bring out the figure of 1 million this morning, by 2 o'clock, that 1 million have increased. So how reliable is that 1 million that I'm bringing? So it has to be. So what people are now saying is that let's just have a national data that we can always rely on, so that we'll not be focusing.
And of course, the governor then Fashola embarked on his own.
On his own, every state, even the Southwest state,
came out with his own figure that
the Southwest state came out with different permutation of knowing their people. Lagos State, Ogun State, Ekiti State. It's only Oyo. I think Oyo tried it, but they didn't succeed. The Osun State, those states did their own. They did different means of knowing the numbers of their people. Other states, I think Anambra State is planning something in that nature. Even what's the name? Abia State also planning. It's only Abuja we have not gotten any of.
But why do Nigerians shy away from census?
It's not that we are shying away from census, but we just that we don't trust the figure at the end of the day. Not the process, but the figure. The process can be, after the major controversial issue about the process has been removed. The issue of ethno-religious has been taken out of it. If they come to you now, nobody asking whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim. You get it? And the other one that the people also agitated they should remove is the state. We will say no, we need to have that one inculcated into it. And those are the issues. But it's just that it's the figure. By the time they bring out, like right now, the United Nations is talking, we have now 220 million, 18 to 220 million people. Now they are projecting 400 million people in the next by 2030.
Yes.
So how do we trust this figure to the point that some people are even we are not even up to that? The reason is because if you come to the city center, you see people everywhere. But go to the rural area and you will not see people.
You have few people
So
there.
that's where the confusion now comes. That how do we even trust this figure? For me, it's not the process, it's the figure. By the time you bring out a figure in the state now, you now go to the surrounding of that state, you now be seeing trenches of people, and you now say, is it the real figure?
Because rural urban migration has really hit most of our rural areas
so much.
You hardly find people in the village as well, our youth.
Yeah, exactly. But the message now is that for the NPC and their manager is that all the 200 billion, all the 100 billion, all the 50 billion, we need accountability. Because for me, that is where my focus is. They have bought a lot of vehicles, they have done a lot of printing, they have done a lot of sensitization, and sensitization not on media, sensitization of going here and there, doing conferences and the other, partner with the NGO, but the money we want to know where.
But 200 billion naira is quite a lot.
It's a lot of money.
It will waste away.
And before now, there was 100 billion that was budgeted during Jonathan period, and nobody could give account of it before this man came into the office.
And you think he will be able to give account of it, given the fact that that is a no?
The issue is this: when you people find themselves in position of authority, especially when you are appointed, the people that refer you or recommend you, that the people fighting for contract in NPC. If you go there, it's all about contract splitting, it's all about employment, racketeering, it's all about who is getting the juicy job from here, the bidding for contract. That's what is happening. The 200 billion now, by the time the AFC begin to chase somebody, they will say it's witch hunting, and they won't know that this is the fact of the challenge that we are having in the country.
Thank you so much. Also soon we'll come to the end of today's Inside Nigeria, your breakfast show on television. Of course, I've had the pleasure of having with me in the studio to review the papers a political economist, a public affairs analyst, Olamilekan Adefolari. Thank you so much once again. It's always a pleasure to have you around.
Thanks for having me.
So, viewers, this is where we draw the curtain on today's program. My name is Winifred Gbebo. I look forward to seeing you same time next tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080